are you doing? Welcome back to Grow With Sabrina. My name is Sabrina Euland and I'm coming to you live from Marbella. Today I want to be talking about how our biggest fear is of the unknown. Now, you've probably been told before that you have fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being seen, fear of not being seen, all those different things. But I think the most important fear to realize and to actually understand is the fear of the unknown, because that is the fear that we mostly have. That is the fear that stops us, because once you get success, if you're not successful now and then you get success, that is unknown. So that is where the fear comes in. So if you're afraid of being seen and success includes being seen, then that is what you're afraid of. It's the fear of unknown. This is why we tend to stay in relationships that aren't good for us, why we stay in jobs that we don't like, why we do things over and over again that gives us the same results. Because we know that feeling. We know that that partner that we're not meant to be with, we know exactly all the bads and all the goods. But trying a new relationship, that's unknown. That's a different thing. That's something, ooh, no, that's scary. And the same goes for business. Business is something unknown if you've never experienced before. So that's where your fear lies. Now, I've said this loads of times before, and I'll say it again. Fear can be a motivator. It does not have to demotivate you. It doesn't have to limit you. It can actually level you up. But the fear has to be next to your action, not in front, because then you're constantly, basically smacking yourself in the face because you're hitting a wall. But if fear is next to you, side by side, then you can use it as a motivator. You can use it as, fear kind of is more of a desperation than an inspiration, because the fear makes you desperate. If you're trying to succeed in your business, because that is mostly what I like to talk about, is how personal development helps within business. If you're trying to succeed in your business and your fear is of the unknown, because that is everyone's fear. We are all afraid of something that we don't know. It's the same as some people are afraid of swimming in the sea because you can't see the bottom. It's unknown. You don't know what's there. That's the fear. It's kind of generalized like that with pretty much everything. But if your fear of the unknown is next to you, you take action and the fear comes with you. It keeps pushing you. Because the fear will move forward, but you also move forward with it. So it's like a lesson comes or a problem arises and you take the action for the solution. So you go hand in hand. But what happens if the fear is in front of you? If you let it control you, you let it rule you, you are constantly stagnant. You are not moving forward. You're not getting to where you're meant to go. The fear rules your life. And it's ruining your life. Because a lot of us can say, oh yeah, but I'm not afraid of success, but I'm afraid of being seen. Same thing. Because in order to have success, you have to be seen to some type of level. Even if it's just by your people, you still have to be seen. You have to be known in order to have a high level of success. So the same goes then with fear. What is the fear of the unknown that is stopping you right now? Because the unknown is everything. But what is the fear that is stopping you right now that you're letting slide in front of you instead of having it next to you? What is the fear that you've got so strongly in your mind? Now remember, this fear is not consciously thought about. It's on the subconscious level. Because everything that stops us, everything that manipulates us, everything that is old, that is the same results and doing the same thing over and over again. Oh my God, the sun came out. I can't see anything. That is a fear. That is what is on your subconscious level. Not on your conscious, because consciously, I'm not afraid of success. Consciously, I'm not afraid of being seen. Consciously, I'm not afraid of being heard. Consciously, I'm not afraid of the unknown. That excites me. Unconsciously, I've been afraid of the unknown when I was younger. It used to scare me not knowing everything. Not knowing what exactly would happen at exactly the same point. Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments if it has. That fear from my childhood has latched onto my subconscious level. So when I do stuff, I have to make sure that my fear is next to me, not in front. It has a lot of times been in front, but it has to be next to me so that it motivates me, not demotivates me. It inspires me to move forward. The same as your excuses. They should be the excuses. You should have excuses of reasons why you cannot afford not to do what you want to do. Not excuses why you're not going to do what you want to do. Because then your fear is in front. That's also excuses. Excuses is also fear. Because what happens if you don't make those excuses? You might succeed. You might feel amazing. You might do something wonderful with your life. You might grow. And isn't that beautiful? But that is unknown to you. Because you haven't gotten to that level yet. So it's scary. So it's the fear. But if you move this fear next to you, so you go hand in hand, then you can move forward as one. And then guess what? That fear becomes an inspiration. Because there are a lot of people, like you see, for example, adrenaline junkies. They'll jump off a building, no problem. Because the unknown, for them, excites them. But that's only one area of their life. Do you think they have that same excitement in all areas? Probably not. They're probably scared of the unknown when it comes to relationships. Or when it comes to succeeding in business. Or, I don't know, talking publicly. It can be loads of different things. But as long as we have the fear next to us, you are unstoppable. Because then you are moving forward. But if you have the fear in front of you, and you use it as excuses, like I said yesterday, the bow and arrow. If you're focused and the bow and arrow gets pulled back and you get released, then you go towards where your focus is. If you're not focused and you keep using excuses, eventually the bow will break. And you have to repair it and you have to start all over again. Same with the unknown. There's no point for you to stay in something just because you know it, when it's more excitement getting out of it. You have to turn the fear into excitement. You have to turn the fear into a desperation that you can't keep doing this. Because this does not make your business succeed. This does not make you money. This does not make you help people. This does not make you help yourself. This makes you lose your full potential. But if you have your fear next to you, hand in hand, and you move forward as one, guess what? You motivate yourself daily because you're inspired by your fear. Because the best way to overcome anything that you're afraid of is to do it. And I want to say something, like my company that I'm with is Seed Nutrition within network marketing. We got a private training with Fraser Brooks yesterday. So shout out to him. He's a big mentor for me and absolutely amazing person. And he mentioned something that kind of gave me an light bulb moment, which was quite funny because I've heard it God knows how many times. But he's like, in order for you to gain belief in yourself, you have to take action. In order for you to start believing in yourself, in order for you to stop those negative mindset and those limiting beliefs and everything like that, you have to take action. Because it's only the repeat of different actions that are positive for you that will give you that confidence, that will give you that self-belief, that will stop those limiting mindsets because you're seeing some type of result. But if you've got your fear here and it's like constantly smacking you in the face, you ain't gonna get anywhere. Because then you go, oh yeah, but it was too hard, so that's why I couldn't do it. Or that person succeeded because they know a lot of people. Or because they're an extrovert and I'm an introvert. I mean, how many times are you going to use the same excuses over and over again why you can't grow to your full potential? Because you're using your fear. You're letting your fear stop you. Instead of letting it motivate you. Instead of letting it inspire you. Instead of letting it lift you up. It has to be hand in hand. The thing you're most afraid of, you should do. No joke. Write down the thing you're most afraid of. And I mean now, like, be sensible. If you're most afraid of spiders, don't go picking up spiders. That's not going to give you any purpose in life, in a sense. It can, if you go on a very, very, very deep subconscious level. But try and think of what you're afraid of when it comes to your success, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your growth, when it comes to you leveling up, when it comes to you getting to that power that you want to go to. What is it you're afraid of? How is it that you're letting that fear become an excuse? Because everything in life is about challenges, and I will say this until the day I die. Everything in life is about challenges, but it's about learning from those challenges. Everything that happens has a lesson. If you learn the lesson and keep doing the things, implementing the new things that you learn every single time, guess what? Fear comes next to you, not in front. If you don't implement what you've learned, if you don't take the lessons from the challenges, if you don't see where you are repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, then guess what? The fear is in front of you. And you will constantly feel like you are stuck. Feel like you're in, I don't know, sinking sand. Or you're in a mud pit. You can just about a little bit move, but you can't really get anywhere because you're stuck. Now, how do you become unstuck? You become aware of what area you are stuck in. Because there is one thing that a lot of motivational speakers and personal development and everything like that they've said. If you're bad in one area, you're bad in all areas. That is the biggest bullshit ever. Because you can be really good at business and suck at relationships. Or you can be really good at relationship and suck at business. It doesn't have to go hand in hand. In order for you to get ultimate success, you have to make them go hand in hand. You have to find that balance eventually. But when it comes to saying that, that's not true. If you're bad in one area, you're not bad in all areas. Because there are some areas that you will succeed in that are good for you, that level you up, that lift you up, that make you unstoppable. And there are some areas where you have such deep programming from when you were a child that it's just, it's a no-go. So the first way to get unstuck is awareness. You need to be aware of how you are making yourself stuck. What is it that's stopping you? How is it you're repeating the same things over and over and over again? Like I said, with the hamster wheel. You're running in the wheel, you think you're getting somewhere because you're getting tired, because you're doing some type of work, but you're doing the same work that never gives you any results. And that's just a waste of time. That's a waste of your potential. And that's a waste of money. Because time is money at the end of the day. You are worthy of not wasting your time. You are worthy of hitting your full potential. So step 1, awareness. Step 2, action. Nothing in life happens without action. In attraction is action. You have to, in order to attract something, you have to take the action that you know will attract you to that or will get you there. So for example, if you want to meet millionaires, you have to go where the millionaires hang out. You can't go to the cheapest supermarket, they ain't gonna be there. You have to take the action in order for where you want the attraction to come from. You can sit there and meditate and manifest and visualize and feel it and see it all you want. If you don't take the daily action, you will never create a reality. Because everything starts with the fantasy. You create the fantasy in your head. Remember, you have to create the right fantasy in your head. You have to create the big dreams, the ones that really make you shake and go, oh, is that even possible? Those dreams, create them in here. Then you have to see them as a vision. Then you have to take the action to get there. If your fantasy up here is standing on a stage and talking in front of 100,000 people, sitting in your home, never going live, never talking to anyone, never practicing or doing any of those things that would actually get you there, it's not going to get you there. It's just going to become a fantasy. But it starts off as a fantasy, then it becomes a vision. Then guess what? It can become reality if you take the action. But if you're letting your fear smack you in the face constantly every single day, oh, but I'm afraid. Everyone's afraid. Everyone in the entire world is afraid of the unknown. Because it scares us what we don't know. It's the same as if you get the option of going through 2 doors. And they go, choose, red or blue. You will think logically with your mind, well, blue might be more positive because red can equal something negative. But you have no idea what's behind the doors. But you think logically, oh, I'm more attracted to the blue, or I'm more attracted to the red, because red means love, or blue means, I don't know, tranquility, or it could also mean sorrow. Which one do I choose? But you're still too afraid to choose because you don't know what's behind either door. Because no one can tell you how your life is going to go. You have to choose to go that way. That's why life is so beautiful. Because every single day you have the opportunity to make a choice, to take the action to change. You have the opportunity to choose that fear is here and you're there. You move, fear moves. You move, fear moves. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to be afraid for the rest of your life. I'm not saying fear is going to be with you for the rest of your life, but it will constantly evolve. It will start from being a small thing, let's say going live on social media. Then once you've gone live, it moves on to the next thing. And then it moves on to the next thing. But as long as you have it constantly with you, then it elevates you. Then it makes you a better person. Then it makes you grow. If you're using it as an excuse, I'm really sorry, you're not going to get anywhere in life. Because fear kind of needs to go hand in hand. There are a lot of things we are afraid of. But if we actually implement those fears, if we do the things that we're afraid of, it's like I've said before, some of your biggest fears is where most of your potential lies. If you're afraid of public speaking, that is probably where your biggest potential lies. Because there is something inside of you telling you, nope, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. So then there's power in it. There's a huge power in something that you're afraid of. So think about that next time that you make an excuse of why you can't, or why you didn't succeed, or why that doesn't work for you, or why that's not a good opportunity. Because there is no better time today than to make extra money. There's no better time today than to help other people, to support businesses, to improve your health, make yourself feel better, give yourself that energy boost. Everything that you need, there's no better time today. Because guess what? You only have one life. You might believe whatever you want after this life, and however that goes for you, that's great. Right now, in this body, who you are, you have one life. What are you going to do with that life? I want you to write that down in the comments. What do you aspire to be your legacy? Is it that you've helped a lot of people? Is it that you're a caring person? Is it that you'll be successful? What is your legacy that you want? Because every single person in the world deserves to have one. And one of the things Fraser Brooks said was, another motivational speaker or another speaker, he said that his legacy was that every single person that he touches would be at his funeral when he dies. That is an amazing legacy, because that means that you've poured into all those people. That means that you've given value, that you've inspired them, you've given them energy. So for me, that is going to be my legacy as well. One of them, at least. Because that is what we're all here for. We're here for growth. We're not here to stay the same. You weren't brought on this planet, this magical, beautiful planet that we call Earth. You weren't brought here to just exist, just waste away. You were brought here for your full potential to shine, for you to grow, for you to level up, for you to be the best version you could ever be. Whatever dream that is. Whatever dream that is. It doesn't have to be that you want to be a millionaire. Not everyone does. Doesn't matter. Whatever your dream is, that is what you should be doing action daily to get to. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Know that I appreciate you guys and love you so much. Remember, fear and action go hand in hand. Do not let it stop you. Do not use it as an excuse. Let it move with you, and you will be unstoppable. I'm back again tomorrow with another live at 1 p.m. CET time. If you don't already follow me, hit that follow button and do the exercise. Write down, what do you want your legacy to be? And I'll see you again tomorrow.